Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry it's late. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. And yes, I am still no longer on vacation, but I did get lucky enough to schedule that day right before my weekend. So we're on weekend time. Folks, Merry stupid 9 o'clock to everyone, one and all. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we get started, the usual disclaimers. First off, you are going to find the link to this freaking train wreck here of a report right there in the description box, along with the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, fill out your name, click on your senator. My God, if you watch these videos and you don't know the drill by now, I don't know what to tell you. Also, the other present, change.org, shut the Judge Rotenberg Center down petition. Now, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of, as well as sometimes catch clips from video surveillance footage of, people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young ones present, please use your headphones. And come on, folks, it's me here. I am bound to stumble over my words, have obscenities come out. My apologies in advance, alright? Okay, so back off. Blech. See what I mean? So back to where we were yesterday. Findings and recommendations. It is important to note the difficulties any residential program has achieving all its goals without incidents involving the security of its students. Okay, so here is the apologencia, okay? Square your shoulders. We got some stupid coming. This judge is basically going to start blowing smoke up our asses, telling that everything that the Judge Rotenberg Center does is glitter and fucking rainbows. They're going to sit there and say this happens at every special needs school, which is bullshit. And every time I hear the term special needs, I just feel the need to, I don't know, like punch a hole in a wall. Makes me twitchy. Special needs is the most condescending term towards people that have disabilities I have ever fucking heard, and it needs to die in a fire. Sorry, I'm fired up today, folks. I'm fired up. But anyways, he's going to be blowing smoke up our asses, so just prepare yourselves for it and be prepared for my rant. This is particularly true when the JRC student population faces severe emotional and physical disabilities that often lead to erratic, volatile, unpredictable situations. Oh, bullshit. Okay. Now we are going to have the victim blaming, boys and girls. What do we mean? That hard line the JRC wants us to just swallow, which is, these are the worst of the worst. You don't understand. They are a danger to themselves or others. They hurt people. They're monsters that must be controlled. We have to torture them. We have to do this. It's bullshit. Major bullshit. I don't care how severe a person is. Nobody deserves this. And I will put this to you this way, Judge Bernstein. Tell me, if this is so successful, especially with those who are emotionally disturbed, explain to me why the hell this treatment isn't being used on pedophiles in prisons across the country right now. Nothing? Crickets. All the parents interviewed for this report and others acknowledged this inevitable human factor with regards to safety at JRC. Fuck you, you monstrous abuse apologist, torture apologist, priest of human fucking sludge. But still expressed feeling confident in the safety of their children. That's because they're brainwashed. The fact that they think their children are safe getting shocked with 45 milliamps several times a day makes me wonder about their sanity. Overall, JRC has implemented a number of positive changes since August 2007 to address safety. Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, Judge. Staff training and supervision. The exercise of good judgment. Oh my god, here we go again. And even reporting behavior that may be critical of JRC and its policies. You just buy it! You buy it, Judge! You buy what they're selling. They have no independent party with nothing to financially gain to come to the table, but they have to approve of them first. What is this garbage? Sorry. Nevertheless, interviews with JRC administration, staff, and others, as well as review of the numerous JRC documents and other material, including, but not limited to, grand jury materials. Oh, bullshit! I call major bullshit. Bullshit, Judge. If you looked at grand jury materials, like, I don't know, that other pertinent case called the Andre McCollins incident, I highly doubt. Oh, no, this is the kind of asshole that would defend it. Have revealed a number of areas where JRC can further strengthen its practices, policies, and procedures to further ensure the safety of its students. I have a plan. Close it down. Sorry. Trying to be good. God, I hate these people. I hate this school. How they keep just excusing torture and calling it treatment and saying it's okay. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with all of Massachusetts that they allow this to go on, and the entire state seems in on being complicit. God, I needed to get that out. Quality control and monitoring. Summary of findings. Overall, the DVR monitoring system utilized by the JRC goes a long way to ensuring the safety of both students and staff. Tell that to the poor women that have had to be stripped and forcibly bathed while being pinned down on a 4-point board with a fucking man behind the DVR monitor. I'm sorry, not sorry. I have nothing against men, everybody knows that. Abuse knows no gender. Well, I only need to look at Andre McCollins to know that. But yeah, I said what I said. The same goes for the boys, by the way. When they strap them down and force them to bathe and have a DVR monitor watching it the whole time. Sorry. The changes implemented by the JRC, the August 2007 incident, have improved oversight of the monitoring department and training of DVR monitoring staff, including the addition of in-house and roving monitors. Can't let those people out of their eyes for a second, can you? Even when they're, changing their clothes and bathing. A DVR monitoring shift supervisor. Situational awareness training for all DVR monitoring staff, and a revised procedure for taking breaks by staff. According to JRC policies and procedures, in-house monitors may be assigned to overnight shifts as a sleep aid. However, DVR staff focus on monitoring house without in-house monitors during these shifts at the residence. Recommendations. Judge, you're not doing anything to keep these kids safe. You are there to cover their ass. The lies, the corruption. God. The recommendations. The JRC should immediately implement a policy requiring DVR staff to monitor not only residences without in-house monitors, but also houses where in-house monitor is assigned as a sleep aid. Yes, more watching these kids when they're vulnerable is the answer. Let's not give these kids any autonomy or any right to privacy whatsoever. God. Seriously? Seriously? Oh, but we're not human, right, Judge? This is what we deserve for breathing, right? If the in-house monitor is awake, there is less of a need for DVR staff to monitor the residents. However, the in-house monitor is asleep. It appears that there is essentially no monitor at the residence. During this time, DVR staff should, for example, be instructed to flip through the screens of residences where the in-house monitor is asleep with the same consistency as they flip through the screens of residences without in-house monitors. Oh, and by the way, what does more monitors going to help? Fucking seriously? Maybe you covering it up shit. Telecommunications. Summary of findings. All JRC documentation and interviewed staff indicated that all calls made to the residences must go first through DVR for verification. Does nobody find this suspicious? What the hell is wrong with this state? Do these kids have no rights to privacy at all with you people? That they have to have every caller verified? And why is so much control needed over their phone calls, Judge? That's what I would like to know. Why does every phone call have to be first approved by you and then has to be monitored? Makes you wonder, what is it you don't want these students saying? And the fact that your whole judiciary system does not find this highly fucking suspicious makes me wonder, how much are they paying you all? However, it is possible for someone to call residents directly through the IP phone system from the JRC campus. Sure. Without your approval? I call bullshit. Staff reported that if an individual calls to residents asking for a student, staff would direct that caller to the phone, the DVR monitoring office. Of course they do. A DVR monitor will then verify the phone call and will call the residents back to either transfer the caller to the residents or request the residents have the student place a call to the individual who wishes to speak with him or her. Our concern is that the Director of Clinical Services explained that he has the ability and will personally call the residents himself without first going through DVR. Isn't that what you just said you wanted them to do? Judge, you're confusing. Additionally, direct care staff was very unclear about what the process should be if a clinician or case manager would like to call residents. Most staff interviewed had never had a clinician or case manager call the residents. However, they believed that if a clinician or case manager did wish to call residents, they could call directly on either the IP phone line or the regular phone line to the residents. Additionally, according to JRC's procedures for residential phone calls, the designated supervisor for the shift must receive all incoming phone calls unless the supervisor is unavailable because of a crisis or in a scheduled break. Oh, isn't that cute? So, especially in a crisis situation, we must control who the student talks to. Why all this control? I just would find it very interesting. All direct care staff and supervisors interviewed stated that any staff member might answer the phone at the residences as long as they log the phone call in the phone log, which the supervisor reviews and inputs in his or her end of shift report. Okay, so a lot to unfold there. We start with the judge's apologencia, his excusing every single thing that horrible train wreck of a school does. Saying, it's okay, it's part of their treatment. You have to understand. They gotta be controlled. They have to be controlled or they're gonna hurt everyone. No, dumbass, but I may hurt you. Just putting out there. Self-defense. I never thought I would say this a single day in my life, but thank God I live in Missouri. It's pretty sad you made me feel that way, Massachusetts. Pretty obvious to me. Their whole states. Their ruling parties, all of it's corrupt as fuck, and it's hidden. Whew. Thank God I didn't grow up there. Just saying. Okay, anyways, and not only have we gone over that, we've gone over the fact that their suggestion is that the DVR takes even more autonomy and even more privacy away from the students by having them watched even more by hidden cameras as a solution to stop the torture, to stop from an incident like this happening again. And also, folks, they even put tighter control on who the students are allowed to talk to when they're on the phone. If that doesn't scream to you corruption, control, that something is very, very wrong here, I don't know what does. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and close out this afternoon. Now, we don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this afternoon, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good bye-bye.